Hello everyone, in this video I will be giving an analysis of the upcoming theme park coming to Orlando, Florida, in this case being an extension of Universal Studios Orlando and Islands of Adventure. It will be known as Universal's Epic Universe and will be opening in 2024. Without further ado, let's begin. Here is a map of the city of Orlando. Here is a map showing where Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Orlando are in the current day. And here is where Epic Universe will be located. Okay, a little disclaimer before we start. The following concept art I'm showing you is the only concept art we have for the entire park after 3 years. There is no concept art for the individual lands and areas of the park. This is all we have to work with. So yeah. And also, this concept art isn't even that great because Universal deliberately puts things on or doesn't include all the things in a land to obscure things, but don't worry, I know where everything will be. So let's begin, shall we, with the entrance, which is how I always begin. Okay, so first things first, the entry. There will be no city walk or long progression of stores to get into the park. They already have that at the neighboring Universal Studios Orlando park. So the way it works is you just walk in, kind of like at Cedar Point or Magic Mountain. There's no long line of stores. So the entry of the park is literally right next to the parking lot. That's a little odd for Universal, but that's what they did here. There's nothing crazy like Main Street Disneyland or something. Also in the entryway will be a few stores. There will be a standard Universal store selling overpriced stuff. But yeah, that's all for the entryway. Now for the next area of the park, which is quite weird. The next area of the park, keep in mind area, it's not really a themed land, it's just an area, is called the Hub. Here, there won't be any rides except for a few flat rides like a carousel, but there will be a lot of fountains and a fountain and fireworks show. This is also the area where you will just keep walking to get to the hotel, which is conveniently all the way in the back of the park. Okay, now let's discuss the hotel, because I couldn't put this somewhere else. The hotel will be very large. It will be about as large as the hotel from the previous video I did, the Universal Studios Beijing hotel. So if you want more details on what the hotel here will be like, you can watch that video. It will be very similar, except for the architectural style. It appears that it will be contemporary rather than classic 1920s Hollywood-esque. So yeah, that is the hub and the hotel. Now for the first actual land of the park. Okay, land numero 1. On the left side of your screen, you will see a long protruding segment of the park. This is Nintendo Land. In it, there will be 2 rides. The first one will be closer to the entrance of this park, which is a Mario Kart themed ride. By the time this park opens in a few years, there will already be a version of this ride in the upcoming Nintendo World at Universal Studios Japan in Osaka, I believe. So if you want to see what that'll look like, you can watch a video of it. It's already almost done there. And the only difference between these 2 Nintendo lands will be the last ride in this park. The last ride in the area of Nintendo World here in Florida will be a Donkey Kong themed ride. We don't know the exact logistics of it, but we know that it will probably involve a track and will not be a dark ride. So yeah, next land. Land number 2 is Classic Monsters Land. In it, there will be a dark ride or roller coaster themed to the many monsters that Universal has created, like Frankenstein, the Wolfman, and the Invisible Man, and some others. So in this land, the main attraction will definitely be whatever dark ride or roller coaster will be hosted in the castle, which is themed to Dracula. In this castle, there will be a dark ride or roller coaster themed to the monsters created by Universal, like the land itself. There will also be shops and restaurants hosted in this area. There will also be a garden towards the entrance of this area, and also kind of weird, why would Universal have a huge arena or sports venue or a music venue or whatever it is on the left? I don't think it has anything to do with this land, but they made it very clear on here. So yeah, that is the Classic Monsters Land. Next land. Okay, next land is by far going to be the biggest, and it will also be pretty unique to this park. It'll be themed to the recent Harry Potter movie, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. In it, there will be a mock New York City where you can probably find restaurants and shops. But if you look at the fireworks here, they are purposely obscuring a huge show building. This show building takes up a quarter of the entire park's area. That's how big it is. Anything under the sun can be below this show building. There could be an indoor section of the land here. There can be a ride, a dark ride, or a roller coaster. We are unsure, but we know that there is going to be a lot of theming and a lot to do in this area, and it'll also be huge. So this will be a very great part of the park, and you'll have to visit it if you come to the park in the future. Next land. Okay, the next land isn't really a land, it's actually a very large attraction. It is a very large roller coaster, so large that I couldn't fit it on screen. The layout looks very similar to West Coast Racers. It looks like it might even be a clone, but it might be unique. We know that this will be a dueling roller coaster, which will be a great fit for this new park because Universal currently has no dueling attractions. So this will be a first and will be a very unique roller coaster. It could be part of the next land I'll mention, or it could be its own thing. It could be a rebirth of Dueling Dragons, or it couldn't be. We don't know what the name or theme of the ride will be. We just know that it'll be dueling and will be very similar in layout to West Coast Racers. Next land, which is actually a land. Our last land of this video will be How to Train Your Dragon. In this land, the previously mentioned roller coaster will come right through the center. The land itself will have its own miniature roller coaster. It'll be a family roller coaster. It looks like it may be a clone of the same layout as Flight of the Hippogriff, but we still don't know. You can see it in the gray track next to the roller coaster in the previous segment of this video. There will be a very neat array of shops and restaurants. There will be a lagoon in the middle of this area, and there will be a lot of walkways and places to walk. So yeah, that was the last land of the park, How to Train Your Dragon. And that was that. That was my analyzation of the upcoming theme park, Universal's Epic Universe, coming to Orlando, Florida, joining Universal Studios Orlando and Islands of Adventure in 2024 if the current plan from Universal goes accordingly. This park, if it is built, will be very amazing. It will be a top bucket list attraction and a must visit if we're in the area. So yeah, if you're ever in the area, you'll have to visit this. 2024 is the time. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. If you like the video, you can drop a like and subscribe if you want. So yeah, thanks for watching.